corner to my right, wearing the black trunks, he weighed in at 124.2 pounds. He has a professional record of 7 wins, only 4 defeats, 1 draw. From El Palomar, Argentina, here is Luis Fernando Molina. And his opponent fighting out of the red corner to my left, weighed in at 126.4 pounds. He is undefeated, 2 wins, no defeats. Both wins coming by way of knockout out of Brooklyn, New York, and an Uzbekistan Olympic 2016. Please welcome Murodjon MJ Akhmadaliev.
Also trained by the Diaz brothers in Coachella, was a gold medalist in the 2017 Asian Championships and a silver in the World Championships, the aforementioned Mick Conlan bout that John King referenced. An opponent in common, Mick Conlan.
And some momentum going for MJ, as I'm going to prefer to call him. It's a lot easier, as his teammate Alexei Mazur, successful earlier on in the night. Here we go, bell sounds, set for action in the super featherweight division. Molina in the black taking on MJ Akhmadaliev.
It's not uncommon for fighters with names they know will be difficult for American fight fans to pronounce to go by a sobriquet or a nickname. First well-known, I believe, was Aslabek Rayumkulov, who went by Kid Diamond, and more recently Tsugsot Niambanar, who goes by King Tug. Hopefully MJ, sure somebody explained to him who that means in America, but good left hand up top.
You're already getting a good look at the pedigree here. The punch is just flowing from MJ. Very little effort. Snapping jab to the head of Molina.
And one thing you notice about fighters with a long amateur background and a good schooling therein is the ability to both lead and counter. They decide when you throw punches.
MJ, again, a bronze medalist in the Rio Games 2016. Other teammate yet to see action in our main event to come, a silver medalist.
Doubled up on the combination of the body before going back upstairs to the head of Molina. Akhmadaliev having his way in the early stages here, Todd, Chris.
And all 3 members, 2 Uzbeks and a Russian of that team, all trained by the Diaz brothers. I want to apologize earlier. I referred to Antonio Diaz as Joel Diaz. There is quite the family resemblance.
Akhmadaliev's hands down low now.
A little bit of Sergio Martinez against the Argentine.
A lot of confidence by MJ, but Molina staying right in the pocket, looking to turn things around here in the first round. This one's scheduled for 6. I'm fairly confident of that.
Molina staying in the face of Akhmadaliev, but unable to put together any offense so far. Akhmadaliev hands down at his waist again. No respect for the offense of Molina.
Well, Molina only scoring 2 knockdowns and 12 professional, 2 knockouts, sorry. 12 professional fights, great combination there by MJ.
Concussing left hand, doubling up on it.
Little bit of a backhand there. Had that landed, he might have gotten a warning.
Capped it off with the uppercut as well. There you see it.
He'll get a warning anyway. He smiles. He knew it.
Blitzing right hand there by Molina, trying to get something going offensively here. Late in round 1. 20 seconds to go now in the first of 6. More combinations now by MJ. Starts to throw punches and bunches in the final seconds. Going to work. Going to the head and the body, all points in between.
Very comfortable first round for Akhmadaliev.
See how things pick up in round 2.
Molina coming out, taking the center of the ring, but Akhmadaliev again conducting the orchestra, this time from the outside, as Molina tries to make his entrance. Akhmadaliev making him pay. Oh, 6-7 punch combination from Akhmadaliev.
Serious combo points on the combo meter there. Total confidence by MJ. Again, those hands very low.
But he's keeping him low even inside, which is giving Molina his only chance, which is to catch him in between. Almost did in that earlier sequence.
See if it becomes a factor, Jonathan King, if Molina can uncork.
I mean, it could be a factor, but he would have to land. He'd have to throw some punches at the chin. Molina has yet to test the wide open chin of Akhmadaliev.
Referee admonishing, pushing down on the back of the head there for MJ.
Akhmadaliev showing his confidence here. Has still yet to put his hands up to protect his guard.
Your thoughts on this, though, Chris, as Akhmadaliev eventually goes up in competition? Bad habits?
Well, I've seen it at the higher levels, but it's difficult. This is usually something that develops later when you've already put in the fundamentals at this level. So, yeah, it's not likely to be something he'll get away with at that level. But in spots, it can still work and still be effective.
Boy, some of those shots.
Molina caught Akhmadaliev leaning there. MJ tried to turn the corner, a little bit of a push from Molina.
Well, also, that style lends itself to herky-jerky movements and occasional flicking. And I mentioned Sergio Martinez. His career basically ended with repeated injuries to his left hand and his right knee. So you can be you put both those things in more danger when you fight like that.
Another flurry of punches there by Akhmadaliev.
Because you're changing the height of your body so often.
A little bit of a warning from the referee to Akhmadaliev for pushing down the head of his opponent.
Second time that he was admonished for that. Coming up on 30 seconds to go here in the second round. Molina has gotten a little something going here and now gaining some confidence. Again, Molina's got 2 knockouts under his belt, so don't sleep on him.
Molina just doesn't have the offensive output to make up for his defensive lapses here. Well, if there was more volume, perhaps you could make an argument for him, but the combinations, the punches that are coming in bunches, all coming from MJ so far.
10 seconds to go, another blistering body shot there with the left by MJ.
Because he's throwing rounder shots, Molina's able to brace himself for them as well. Had to give that back. Certain countries, they move them into 10 rounders very quick and very early in their career, and they fight often, or at least comparatively to how often most American fighters get in the ring these days.
Round 3 begins, again scheduled for 6.
Molina starting out with a little more volume here in the third round. But the intensity, again, going to Akhmadaliev. It's a little bit of a back fisting again in there, Todd.
Was indeed, but continuing to press forward is Akhmadaliev.
I'm very impressed, Chris, with the versatile attack from Akhmadaliev. His quiver is filled with a bunch of different arrows.
Well, when you fight with your hands down like that, pot shotting, you're basically you're making an announcement to your opponent that, hey, I think I'm way quicker than you. So prove me wrong, catch me with something. And the way to fight those guys, as he was finally figured out later in his career by men like Martin Murray, was to just simply walk him down with your earmuffs on. And but you've got to keep punching. Murray didn't punch enough to get a decision, especially in Argentina where they fought. And Julio Cesar Chavez didn't have enough offense until the very, of course I'm talking about Junior, till the very last round when he almost was able to stop Sergio.
You know, they say when it comes to the law that intent means everything, and the intention behind MJ's hands being down low, it's not being cocky, it's just overconfidence. He sees everything that his opponent has coming at him, and he just feels comfortable throwing from the hip, like an old school gunslinger, you know?
Exactly. It just makes that announcement, like, so you're too slow to catch me, or you hit too soft to hurt me. In some way, I'm not concerned by what you're doing. It also just looks like a powerful stance, like I'm in charge of when we fight.
It's certainly sending that message to the crowd here today.
Yeah. But professionals who have a lot of experience, you know, won't be as thrown by that. They'll walk him down. Even the fighters that lost to Martinez, you know, eventually that was the way they all seemed to try to break it. Paul Williams.
Total confidence by the Olympic bronze medalist MJ continues here. Moments ago, just volume of body shots and tried to come up over the top with the overhand left. And just the movement. Wow, look at the speed of the hands of MJ going to work.
Akhmadaliev just painting a violent canvas right now. Luis Molina doing his best to bite back on his mouthpiece and fire back, but
round 3 now coming to a close. This one flew by. More lightning fast combinations throughout the round by Akhmadaliev. Bell sound set for round 4 of action. Akhmadaliev, 2016 Olympian, trying to remain undefeated, trying to improve to a perfect 3-0, staggers Molina in the opening seconds of the 4th round.
Molina got wobbled by that lead left.
Boy, more vicious body shots there by MJ. Continues to go to work. Body, head going upstairs now.
Just teeing off with even round punches from within. Yet another disrespect to your opponent. I don't care what you hit me with.
Now switching stances again.
Well, it's all his fight. He's having fun in there at this point now.
Molina just hasn't had an answer to the riddle thus far.
We're in round 4. Thus far, MJ's got a 1st round knockout and a 4th round knockout. He's yet to go the distance. But Molina looking a bit more durable than previous opponents may have been.
I will say this, as much as Molina's been hurt, he doesn't seem, hit, he doesn't seem to be hurt too bad here.
Not only just his chin, I mean, his skin doesn't even look marked up, which you would think would be a lot worse from the shots he's taken.
Especially those big shots to the body, but more complete confidence, count and mouse tactics here by MJ.
In fact, both men look shockingly unmarked for about 4 rounds of action. You'd figure you'd see a little more redness.
MJ bobbing and weaving, hands still at his waist. Oh, nice right hand from Molina.
But that is the right idea. You have to punch while he's punching. And because of that herky-jerky style like Prince Nassim Hamed had, you can score knockdowns when a fighter's merely off balance.
Molina followed up with a nice left jab as well, and he starts to uncork some offense here as he gains in confidence and out of necessity as well, because Molina's got to feel that pressure of that sense of urgency at this point in the fight.
Molina keeps walking his opponent down, but that's got to be disconcerting when you have your opponent cornered and he's the one landing.
Some fighters actually do fight better off the ropes than in the corner. They go there on purpose.
MJ taking the elevator back downstairs, delivering to the body of Molina again. 7, 8 punches in a row to the body of Molina.
It's a shoe shine bag exercise he's putting on Molina right now.
Coming over the top. Only seconds remaining as Molina now firing back.
He thought that the 10-second thing was the actual end of the round.
Chris Strady, when he throws those combinations to the body, he can throw them with reckless abandon because he's really no fear of any power of Molina.
Well, he's not worried about the power. He's not worried about getting hit with something he doesn't see.
Second to last round now. 5th round scheduled for 6.
But bear in mind, none of this would mean anything if there wasn't the talent gap. He wouldn't be able to employ that style. He's able to do it because of the schooling and talent difference. Molina, not a bad fighter.
Oh.
Matched differently. I mean, fighting Conlon and a bronze medalist and a silver medalist in 2 consecutive fights. When you've got a 7-4 record, I can think of, nice hook by MJ. I can think of better matchmaking that he could be undertaking right now.
Certainly, but Molina proving his mettle as well. He's still in there.
Oh, yes. Oh, good right uppercut by MJ there.
You get the sense that MJ's not messing around anymore. Now his hands back up, and every one of his punches so far in this round, bad intentions, nothing to set up here.
First time in the 5th round for MJ, not the case for Molina.
Yep, prior to this, round 1 and round 4 knockouts for MJ. First time in this deep water, if you can call it that.
Oh! Fight was a little bit, punch was a little bit low. Didn't look as low from us, but we didn't have the great angle on it. Perhaps we'll get a replay of that here in a second.
Molina given time to recoup.
Already saying he's ready to go.
We'll see if this break in the action can. There we
They're
take a
actually
look
going
at
to take
now.
a point away because it's not the first warning. I don't know if I agree with that. It was a borderline shot.
And it was on the belt line, too. That's not a good call by the referee, in my opinion.
And there was not a stern warning prior to that. Again, I don't think it matters in the cards, but
I think maybe just resist. Oh, there we go. MJ flooring.
and a minute, point gone and point taken back.
Indeed. Molina trying to say that it was a slip. The referee having no part of that.
No, he did lose his balance. It was a slip motion with their feet coming together. But if a shot lands during the same moment, it's strictly referee's discretion.
I was just going to say it was a slip inspired by a sharp left hand.
Couldn't have one without the other, but now total confidence again. Big-time combinations by MJ, looking for his third consecutive finish. Can he get it?
And for the first time in the fight, you're seeing a little bit of rubber in the legs of Molina. As I said earlier, Akhmadaliev really sitting on his punches in this round. Oh, a little bit of a smile before he uncorks a vicious combination.
And a nice shot there by Molina. This thing turning into a war of attrition. MJ desperately wants the finish.
And before, neither man was really hurting the other. Now there's a difference in the punch receptivity. Molina looking a little more affected by MJ's punches than the opposite.
Akhmadaliev back to his confident ways, hands down at his waist, dancing to his left, to his right.
We still have on our clocks, time has not been restored, but of course the official clocks, they have been.
Timekeeper keeping official time. Inside 10 seconds to go now in round number 5.
Well, that was a good right jab, throw him off balance.
Final of 6 rounds coming your way in this super featherweight bout. More of a sense of urgency by both men as MJ feverishly looking for the finish. Going back to the body.
Just punishing the midsection of Molina. Molina tried to tie him up. Now he's trying to get away. Molina in trouble here, Todd.
Yeah, he sure is, eating shot after shot.
Good hook there by Molina, but that's the only good news in that last 10 seconds.
You almost get the sense that MJ's game plan was to get into the 6th round and then put it away. A lot of these young fighters just trying to get rounds under their belts before winning the fight in spectacular fashion. I think that's what we're seeing here now, huh, Chris?
Well, it's always advisable if you're going to move up as quickly as a lot of these fighters want to move up, especially because fighters don't fight once a month the way they used to on the way up. So you want to make as much haste as you can. We just talked to Dimitri Bivol. In 13 fights, he's won and defended a world title because of that long amateur background and being managed, moving up, learning something new every single fight out. Nothing wasted.
Wow, huge body shot there, just rocking the ribs of Molina was MJ.
Molina appeared to be a little bit hurt early in the round, but he seems to have gotten his legs back under him here.
And in the 6th round of action, Chris Strait, those body shots cannot feel good if you are Molina.
Again, both men's faces shockingly unmarked for how many punches there have been. You know, I think, honestly, if MJ had more rounds, we might see a mercy or attrition stoppage, but Molina showing a lot of toughness.
Molina still charging forward here.
Nice body shot by Molina. And coming over the top, overhand right. But not phased, at least at this point. Now a little mugging by Molina. Well, what's good for the goose is good for the gander.
Oh, those are sharp shots right to the chin of Molina.
But once again, Molina trying to lead or follow like he did there. It's never going to work. Against this style, you have to punch while punching. While your opponent is punching, that is.
A little bit of a slip there. Molina seems to be fine. 26 seconds left to go in the round. Akhmadaliev firmly in control so far here.
MJ having some fun out there.
10 seconds.
Inside 10 seconds to go now, and a final flurry by MJ. Molina throwing
good
everything
right
he's
by
got as
Molina.
well, yes. Good exchange to kick things off.
It was
cap
too
things
little,
off
too
here.
late. Too little, too late, but good entertainment.
Hollywood, to the scorecards we go. All three judges are in agreement, scoring the bout 59-53 for the winner by way of unanimous decision. And still undefeated, 2016 bronze Olympian Murodjon MJ Akhmadaliev.